I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama?
King Harris is speaking out after weeks of rumors and drama, revealing that he was allegedly manipulated by his supposed baby mama into believing he was the father of her child. In a recent live stream, the young rapper and son of T.I. claimed he was misled with fake paperwork, emotional pressure, and social media traps designed to force a public connection. She told me what I wanted to hear, showed me what she needed to, and had the whole internet convinced, King said, but none of it was real.
But I'm scared to give birth. I ain't scared, but contractions might give me I might get a little spooked with the contractions. Who does the baby look like in the scan? It looked like he got my nose.
Sources close to the Harris family say King took a court-verified paternity test, which confirmed he is not the father. The revelation left him feeling betrayed, embarrassed, and used, especially as the story played out in front of millions. Now King is focused on clearing his name, rebuilding his image, and warning others about emotional manipulation in the spotlight. King Harris is finally speaking out, shedding light on claims that he was manipulated by his former partner, Big Nana. And the developments are escalating quickly. What should have been a joyful moment with the birth of a child has taken a dramatic turn. Reports indicate that rapper T.I. allegedly intervened, going so far as to initiate a DNA test to determine if he's truly a grandfather.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
The results, according to sources, could change everything. King now claims that Big Nana used him to gain status within the Harris family, chasing clout, access, and financial security. Insiders say T.I. had his doubts about Big Nana's intentions from the beginning. While young relationships are often chaotic, experienced voices tend to spot warning signs early. From the moment King began dating Big Nana, concerns were raised behind the scenes. T.I., with years of experience in the public eye, wasn't impressed by her presence or behavior. Though King was fully invested emotionally, believing everything was fine, skepticism remained. T.I. allegedly warned his son to proceed with caution, suggesting that Big Nana's interests seemed more strategic than sincere. Despite the guidance, King pursued the relationship, dismissing the red flags. And now everything has unraveled in a very public fashion. King Harris believed he had it all figured out. But once Big Nana's pregnancy was confirmed, T.I.'s earlier warning suddenly didn't seem so far-fetched. The excitement of becoming a father quickly shifted as doubt crept in. I wasn't just concerned about King's youth, he was uneasy about Big Nana's motives. According to close sources, T.I. had long suspected that Big Nana was more interested in the spotlight than in building a genuine relationship. With fame, financial access, and elevated status all in play, the situation raised alarms.
Call who you need to call, do what you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beers, no partying, no sections, nothing. You put me and mine on the motherfucking flyer, nigga, get me everything.
Having been immersed in the industry for decades, T.I. understood how appearances can mask deeper intentions. So when news of Big Nana's pregnancy spread, it didn't spark celebration. It triggered concern. Behind the scenes, T.I. moved strategically. Reportedly, he took matters into his own hands, arranging a confidential DNA test to establish the truth. And when the results came in, the outcome stunned everyone. King Harris was not the father. The revelation turned an already tense situation into a full-scale crisis. T.I., unwavering in his belief, wasn't shocked. He had cautioned King repeatedly, pointing out red flags that were easy to ignore in the moment. For King, the emotional fallout was intense. Everything he'd imagined, plans, hopes, future commitments, was dismantled by one test result. In a moment both sobering and emotional, T.I. is said to have confronted King, not out of anger, but with a direct message. I warned you from the beginning. The lesson had arrived, but it came with real consequences and public weight.
Come on, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
don't watch the credits.
How could you embarrass me like this?
I didn't. That's your generation.
You ain't never seen Poetic Justice?
The aftermath of that DNA revelation must have cut deep. But this wasn't the first time King Harris landed himself in controversy requiring intervention. A review of his past actions reveals a troubling pattern. It raises the question, is King Harris an easy target for manipulation, or is something deeper at play? Take the infamous Waffle House incident, for example. King allegedly threatened to pistol whip an employee over a minor order mistake. The situation quickly escalated, and footage of the heated exchange made its way online. This wasn't an isolated moment, it was one of many. Not long before that, King locked horns with rapper Leo after being accused of portraying a fake gangster lifestyle. Rather than diffusing the situation, King doubled down, attempting to turn the tension into a boxing match challenge, an impulsive response that mirrored past outbursts and showed little emotional control. Then there was the 2023 music video shoot that sparked a much larger issue. T.I. and Boozy Badazz were forced to shut it down after discovering their sons, including King, brandishing firearms on set. The imagery alone was damaging, but the potential consequences were even more serious. Both fathers acted swiftly, delivering a stern reality check. They warned their sons about the legal implications of displaying weapons without proper documentation.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
T.I. emphasized how easily law enforcement could misconstrue the situation and initiate an investigation, especially given their public profiles. That moment was meant to be a turning point, a wake-up call that highlighted how quickly things could spiral out of control. But instead of pulling back and reassessing his actions, King continued down a path marked by impulsive choices and unnecessary conflict. The warnings were loud and clear, but were they actually heard? Clearly, King didn't take that earlier lesson to heart. He continues moving through life like he's invincible, convinced that no consequence will ever truly reach him. The signs point towards someone who's easily swayed, easily provoked, and alarmingly susceptible to manipulation and impulsive decision-making. That's where Big Nana enters the equation, and where things begin to unravel further. From the beginning, Big Nana's presence stirred concern. According to sources close to the situation, T.I. immediately had reservations about her motives. He reportedly warned King early on, suggesting Big Nana might be more focused on leveraging the relationship for fame, access, and financial benefits than pursuing anything genuine. But King, deeply infatuated and possibly seeking approval or validation, dismissed those warnings entirely. And that's when the manipulation is said to have truly begun. Allegedly, Big Nana began controlling the narrative from behind the scenes, gradually distancing King from his inner circle. Reports claim she encouraged him to reduce communication with his family, cutting off emotional support systems that could have helped ground him. With those ties weakened, Big Nana reportedly gained full control, especially when King was isolated and vulnerable. The influence was gradual but strategic, tapping into King's need to feel powerful and autonomous. For someone already struggling with impulse control and poor decision-making, that kind of manipulation was dangerous.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to...
Big Nana reportedly knew which emotional buttons to push and when. Her presence magnified King's worst instincts, amplifying his chaotic tendencies. T.I.'s early warnings now appear justified. Whether motivated by experience or intuition, he saw what was coming. But King, more concerned with proving independence or maintaining loyalty, ignored the red flags. The bigger question now remains, was this simply a manipulative relationship, or is King ultimately being led astray by his own unaddressed impulses? King's behavior, both in his private life and public actions, shows a consistent pattern. He's easily influenced. He reacts impulsively, takes things personally, and often makes emotional decisions instead of rational ones. This behavior places him in vulnerable territory, making him a prime candidate for manipulation from those with hidden agendas. From trying to prove toughness on social media to diving headfirst into relationships without forethought, King displays characteristics often seen in those lacking strong internal guidance. These habits don't just cause controversy, they open doors for people who know how to exploit emotional instability. That leads directly to the paternity test, the moment of undeniable truth. The DNA results confirmed what many had suspected. T.I.'s instincts were correct. Big Nana wasn't in it for love. She was chasing clout and a financial lifeline. When it was revealed King wasn't the father, it hit hard. But for those watching closely, this outcome seemed inevitable. King had been led to believe this was about building a future.
Do anything for the fam, no one above that. I've been apologized for my whole life. This ain't just started now. Went from riding with me then to not riding now.
Instead, it was a calculated move on Big Nana's part. The saddest part? He was too deep into the illusion to recognize the setup until the evidence was right in front of him. Yet the problem extends beyond any one relationship. King's vulnerability isn't just about who he dates, it's about how he operates. His impulsive tendencies are proving to be his greatest liability. From the Waffle House incident to reckless social media confrontations, a pattern is emerging. One where emotions overrule reason and chaos follows close behind. When someone operates with unchecked impulses, they become easy to manipulate. And in King's case, that seems to be the story playing out repeatedly. Until he gains better control over his decisions and surrounds himself with stronger guidance, he remains exposed to exploitation and consequences that could grow more severe. In the end, King Harris isn't just dealing with Big Nana's manipulation, he's facing the consequences of his own impulsive behavior. The lack of self-control combined with unchecked emotion created the perfect storm. From his perspective, he was preparing to become a father. He had emotionally committed, invested trust, and even distanced himself from family support. Then the truth landed hard. The DNA test confirmed the baby wasn't his. It wasn't just a revelation, it was a public unraveling. Reports suggest King was emotionally crushed. He wasn't just betrayed by Big Nana, but also by his decision to push away those who tried to protect him, especially his father. The fallout was layered. Not only did King have to deal with the emotional consequences, but he also had to face public perception. Supporters online expressed sympathy, but many others echoed the same sentiment. He should have listened.
I don't know what's legal gun. That's called it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Yeah. Thank you. This shit ain't, hey man, this shit ain't free. This shit come out of court. I can't believe this shit, man. What happened to some mother? Why y'all don't make no motherfucking love music? You got girls out here. Why don't you talk about being in love, man?
T.I. had warned him. He recognized the danger, but emotions clouded judgment. Now King is grappling with a deeper wound, the realization that what he thought was love may have been a calculated deception. That emotional toll is heavy, but it's not the only weight he's carrying. One shadow he can't escape is the constant comparison to his father. It's not just about blood ties or family legacy, it's about demeanor, behavior, and public perception. King's fiery responses and refusal to back down mirror T.I.'s early years almost identically. T.I. was once known for intense public feuds, legal issues, and defiance of authority. Now, King is stepping into a similar pattern. The stand-on-business mentality might sound bold, but when applied without wisdom, it becomes reckless. King's defiance isn't power, it's repetition. The same narrative, only in a new generation. Now, the big question stands. Was T.I. wrong for going behind King Harris's back and ordering the DNA test? Some might argue it was a breach of trust, a move that disrespected boundaries, but when all the facts are on the table, that action may have been the only thing that prevented a much bigger disaster. T.I. wasn't just trying to protect emotions, He was safeguarding the family's reputation, legacy, and long-term stability. The financial and social consequences of raising a child that isn't yours under false pretenses could have spiraled out of control. In that light, stepping in early might have been necessary, not optional. So now the questions are yours. Was T.I. justified in taking matters into his own hands? Or did he cross a line that should have been left to King alone? How far would Big Nana have taken the situation if no one intervened? And ultimately, could this all have been avoided if King had taken his father's warnings more seriously from the beginning? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Was this tough love or an overstep? Your perspective matters. If you found this story compelling, hit that like button, subscribe for more explosive updates, and tap the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next. And don't leave just yet. Check out the next video on your screen. It's packed with even more wild developments. See you there.